the Empress, the fourth card of the Thoth Tarot deck, and she is numbered 3, just to make it complicated for you. So Empress is represented by the letter Daleth, which means a door, and it also has connotations of something that opens and closes. Back to sex again. You think I'm obsessed about sex, don't you? I'm getting it from here, not me. So and Daleth is associated with Venus. Okay, so we had the moon, the High Priestess is the moon, and now we're the Daleth, Venus. Now, the form came from Kether to Chokmah. The Magus went from Kether to Binah. The High Priestess went vertically down straight to Tipareth. But the Empress is a horizontal that connects Chokmah to Binah. Okay, it's a horizontal card. So she crosses the High Priestess, if you like. Crosses like that. So let's go to the mnemonics, see what it says. It says, beauty, display thine empire, truth above thought's reach, the wholeness of the world is love. The empire? Well, for an empire you need an emperor, and of course the emperor is the next card in the sequence. So again he's doing this kind of little game of what's coming next, little teasers that are going on. So we have love, truth above thought's reach. Let's think about that one. Again, we're talking about lies because we're below in the kind of the abyss area, above the abyss, where everything's inverted on things. Certainly love because it's Venus, and all those kind of things as well. So, what does he say for the verse? So he says, this is the harmony of the universe, that love unites the will to create with the understanding of that creation. Understand thou thine own will. Love and let love. Rejoice in every shape of love, and get thy rapture and thy nourishment thereof. This is a kind of extended love is the law, love underworld kind of thing that's going on here, isn't it? It also talks about will, and of course will is an expression of the Magus. Understanding is to do with Binah, which is where we're at. Love and let love. So rejoice in every shape of love. This is a kind of paean or sort of homage to feminine beauty in all her shapes and forms as well too. Yeah, you like women. Okay. The kind of meanings of this card that come up is love, beauty, happiness, pleasure, success, completion, good fortune, graciousness, elegance, luxury, idleness, dissipation, debauchery, friendship, gentleness, and delight. It's kind of indolent in many respects on this card. It's kind of a blousy, kind of buxomy, sort of darling butter maid quality as a mother, Ma. That's sort of going on that card as well. So let's go back to what he says about the Empress card. So there's an interesting thing. He's saying that this card, the symbol of Venus, which is the circle with the cross underneath, you can place on the tree of life, and it can encompass most of the Sephiroth on the tree of life. So he's giving this idea of inclusiveness, of wholeness, in the same way, in the way that the High Priestess is this feminine thing which is hidden, the mother. The whole kind of she represents Mother Nature, the totality of all that's there. And he says it is impossible to summarise the meanings of the symbol of the woman, for this very reason, that she continually recurs in infinitely varied form. Many-throned, many-minded, many-wild, daughter of Zeus. For this card, he goes actually into this whole thing of the alchemy as well, which is salt. So there is this kind of, you're in a more sort of manifested thing, even though you're still above the abyss. He's going into our chemical imports of things as well. There is also a thing about the blood and the sun, the pelican as well. So there's an interesting angle on certain things, if you know what I'm talking about. So, and then she also goes on to the heraldry of the Empress is twofold. On the one side, the pelican of tradition feeding its young from the blood of its own heart. On the other, the white eagle of the alchemist. If you know these things, he's talking about sex magic again. So this is the daughter. Remember this talks about the daughter in the Fool card, waiting for the what did he say? And seeing in the king's palace his daughter awaits thee. Here is where he starts talking about the Empress, and it's to do with the generation of the four elements. It's a complex system that it's too hard to go into on this one. I know about it, but this is the daughter in the form of the tetragrammaton. So this is the idea of the daughter coming from a different system, because the mother clearly is not the High Priestess. There's a different function, different thing that's going on here. But at least we've had two men. No, it's three men, isn't it? And two women. I'm talking rubbish here. So he also mentions the Emperor in this card as well. So we're getting on to the idea of the arch or the door. And a door is somewhere that you go through, and he equates this with the gate of heaven. And of course there's a sexual connotation with all this as well. You can't get away from it. So maybe I'll have to make these interpretations X-rated, so we don't want kids to read about this. Not that they'll probably understand most of this. We'll have to see. So there we are. It's a complex thing that's going on with the Empress, and the interpretation, the meaning is simple, but everything else about it, he's pulling in a lot of elements that is creating something greater. And there are several rituals, the Gnostic Mass in particular, related to the High Priestess as well, that goes on with this one. So that's a fairly simple one to do. The next one is going to be the Emperor.